So I've been playing Goals Knockout Mode, which is the equivalent kind of their take on FIFA's and EA's FC's Ultimate Team Foot Champs. Now, basically, I've got to knockout mode, and this is my first knockout game. You go on a string of wins. As soon as you lose one game, though, that is your rank done. And based on how many wins you get before you lose that game, depends on what rank you get. So I'm trying to get a top 500. I think to do that, I probably need to at least get 1, maybe 2 wins. This is the first game, and I'm going to show you the full gameplay as I kind of talk over it. I've already played it, okay, so I'm talking retrospective. I'm not talking as the game is going on, which means I can react to certain things and highlight a few things. Now, as you know, I have been playing goals. If you follow me on X, I've been posting quite a lot on there, not so much on YouTube. Now, what I love about it is just like that goal there, if you make a mistake in defense, you will be punished. Now, a bit different to Foot Champs. This is Jeopardy. This is absolute jeopardy. If I lose this game, I cannot play any more of the knockout round because I got to the knockout stage. Now, I have put a video on X and so check me out on there. I think I will maybe upload it to YouTube anyway. So if you're unfamiliar what knockout round is, I'm not going to go too much into it in this video. I'm going to focus on the gameplay aspect and just what I've been finding really fun and refreshing about it. So I've got to the knockout element of it, so every single game now really matters. One loss and it's over. To get there, you could lose matches, but only a certain amount to be able to go through the ranks of bronze, silver, gold, elite to be able to get to the knockout, which is really cool. Now, what's might be my favorite part is at the beginning, like I actually lost my first ever game in bronze when it was the knockout. Look at this goal by KSI, by the way. Lovely little dribbling there to be able to get the opportunity. Now, what I like about it is that as you go through bronze to silver to gold to elite, for the most part, you could feel your opponents getting better. You could feel that actually you had to clutch up a bit more in defense. You had to take your chances in attack. You could feel the difficulty level go up as you moved through the ranks, and I absolutely love that. It's what I don't like in Foot Champs, is that all of a sudden it goes from kind of like everything's okay, now I'm playing like rank 150 and 0 players. The difficulty doesn't slowly go up, which means that you can't actually try new things. You could play a pro player in game 1 in Foot Champs. Highly unlikely it's going to happen in knockout because of the way that the bronze, silver, gold is done. Now, if you get to gold, get to elite, you are going to be playing more likely better players because they've also got to gold and elite, and to be able to do that, they've got to, players have got to be able to win a certain amount of games in a certain amount without losing too many in a certain amount of games. So it kind of like tiers the knockout, and what I like about that is that because you're playing better players, you have to adapt to playing those better players. Now, that's been my whole thing about when I play a video game. I want to be able to learn, adapt, improve. I don't know, maybe you'll look at this gameplay and think I play the meta. I feel like I try and play decent football. I use 4-3-3. I use one DM, 1 centre mid and 1 cam, so I've got a bit of a mixture. That's probably my PES roots coming through, the eFootball roots coming through there. That's kind of like quite a common setup, 1 centre mid, 1 DM and 1 attacking mid, but it's all about kind of like finding how I want to play. Now, what I don't do enough in goals, and I need to start doing, is looking at the formation that my opponent is playing and maybe adapting a few things, and that'll be the next stage of my development in goals. At the moment, it's all about how can I dribble the best that I can, how can I pass the best that I can, how can I look for opportunities so I'm not always relying on the same passing sequence. And that's where I've kind of like focused my development, and that's what I've been trying to do when I play ranked and in this knockout game mode. Try and vary things up. Who are my goal scorers? And actually, I've been scoring with my DMs, my centre mids, my cam, my striker, my wingers. Even my fullbacks have got on the score sheet a few times because I have sent them on runs and going forward. So I've tried to be a bit unpredictable, because I have noticed that a few people in goals, once you kind of like predict their runs, that's a great goal by my opponent, by the way. Once you predict their runs, it actually becomes quite easy to play against them because they don't try anything else. So again, I did eventually lose, not this, oh, I don't want to spoil it, but I have, this is in retrospect of finishing the knockout mode. And when I lost that game, I felt nothing other than, do you know what? I had a great time. I'm not sure what happened there, okay? So I had a great time playing the game, and I lost to someone that absolutely tore me apart with a 4-2-2, and that's where I need to start adapting against kind of like other formations. I think I just got pulled apart. He was a very good player as well, and I don't think of the 4-3-3 against the 4-2-2 probably helped. He was basically attacking with 4 players against my back 4 continuously. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. Look how beautiful the goals are. They just feel so rewarding, and you've seen a couple of different goals already in the game, and that's what I absolutely love in this. So I did actually probably get outplayed in that first half, yet 2-2 in this particular match. So yeah, it does feel very 1v1, and again, I lost the game eventually, and you just feel like, do you know what, I had a blast. The only bad thing about it is that if you don't get to the knockout part, you get your reward straight away when you lose. But if you get to the knockout part, it needs to wait to see what rank you actually finish, whether you finish top 1, top 5, top 10, whatever it is, top 100, top 500. So you actually have to wait, which is a bit annoying because I could really do with kind of that in-game currency and 1.5 million XP, which is going to be huge for some of my players because they are a bit under power, especially in the game that I lost because I didn't play the knockout round last week because I was away on holiday. So anyway, you can see in the game, try new things, and you can see like that's my fault. It's a really poor pass that. It's a poor decision, and you can just take full accountability. I can't blame responsiveness because this game is super responsive, even too responsive. You kind of like forget just how responsive it is. I can't blame the AI being too overpowered in defense for my opponent because they're not. It's manual. So everything that you do, you can just hold yourselves accountable. Like, look at that. I kind of read what he was going to do because he'd done that a few times, and that's the unbelievably rewarding thing. I've made the tackle. There's no tackle backs in this game because the attacker kind of gets caught in an animation that makes it impossible for the attacker just to tackle straight back. Funny enough, in FC 26 when it first came out, we had an animation. People have forgotten there was an animation so that when you got tackled in FC 26, you couldn't make a tackle straight away, and they kind of got rid of it in the first patch. It's kind of something that no one's really talking about. But anyway, let's focus on goals. So yeah, if you read the opponent's play and you make the tackle, you make the interception, you get rewarded with it. It doesn't bounce off your player when you make an interception. Your player doesn't get locked in animation and lunge. They win the ball. So if you read a play and you make an interception, if you read an attacker's dribble and you make a tackle, you get rewarded by having the ball. I know it sounds absolutely crazy, and in 2026 I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but how refreshing that is to actually win the ball when you make a good defensive play. And I kind of feel like a few other video games, football games especially, are focusing on the attacking side and rewarding the attacking side and not necessarily rewarding the defensive side because it is harder to do, and therefore they just make the AI super strong and then the AI can defend 4 people. And in goals, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that hand holding. It can be a steep learning curve. I've made many mistakes. I've conceded 8-9 goals in games before, but in the higher levels now, I can kind of hold my own, as he says, as he concedes to go 3-2 down. I can hold my own and concede far less goals because I'm defending so much better and I'm not kind of making tackles where I've got no chance winning the ball. I'm reading plays better. I'm getting that kind of that recognition of kind of like people's dribbling styles and common things that people do, which is really, really ultra rewarding. Now you are going to see one of the most satisfying things in this game coming up, and I'm going to wait for you to be able to see it, and it is something I do want to talk about, but I want you to see it first before I actually start talking about it. So the whole premise of this game is on the attacking side, of course it is, and if you are a better attacker than your opponent and they're a poor defender, you're going to be rewarded by scoring goals. I think that's probably what I called it. But when you play against someone that is very good at defending, you can absolutely feel it. And again, you're good at defending, or people are good at defending because of they are reading the play. They are being defensive. It does seem that in the higher sort of levels, people are using a lower depth to stop kind of like the through balls and everything, which is fine because you can absolutely counter that. So here it is. This is what I want to talk about. Holding onto the ball at the back, and therefore you get this line that pushes up. I'm not actually sure what happens when the line catches up when you've got the ball, but he tried to keep possession late on, 86th minute. Bear that in mind. And you're going to see some sweet, sweet justice. Really poor play there. We win the ball back. Here we go, juking through. I know he's left-footed because I've used him since the beginning. He's been here since day 1, match 1, and we do get on Salmani's left foot. I've been calling him Salami because I always forget if it's Slamani or Salmani every time I've used him, and then once I called him Salami, that was it then, that's stuck. But he's been an unsung hero, and that's what I like about goals. It's kind of like you make these heroes in your team, and he has been one of them. I would love to see his career stats. I'm going to have a look after I finish recording this to see what his actual stats are. But 3-3, and it goes to golden goals. This is another thing I want to talk about. If a game ends as a draw, which we're about to see in a minute, it goes to golden goal. Now, golden goal can't end. I don't believe it can end. There are no penalty shootouts. The game just goes on forever until someone scores a goal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure that is how it goes. It just goes on forever and ever. Now, that causes a lot of jeopardy. That causes a lot of excitement. And when you do get the winning golden goal, euphoria. So just making some tactical changes here. I can see the fitness of my players is a bit lower, so I do just make a few little tactical changes. I am playing a fullback in the winger slot at the moment because I don't have a great winger, so we are going to have to look at that a little bit later on as well as we head into golden goal. Probably one of my favorite things about this game is the golden goal. It's also one of my least favorite things is the golden goal, because when you win, it is fantastic. When you lose, it is savage, and it is nerve-wracking. Good little bit of defending there. Like I said, you get rewarded for that defending, reading the play. There was an update actually the other day, and they addressed so many things. It was very much an over-the-top meta. So if you played goals when it first came out and you've stopped, the over-the-top meta, as you can see from this particular game, isn't in it anymore. They've really nerfed it, and you do have to build up your play a lot more. You can still dribble through, of course, but if you're a good defender, you can read it. But that's really nice. A little fake shot, and we're not gonna win it. And it's really nice. You do get rewarded, and if you are a bit unpredictable, absolutely you can be rewarded in this game. So it kind of promotes that kind of like not doing the same thing over and over, that repetition that is really dull. So we're still heading into the golden goal territory, and we are about to make the super sub of the century coming up now. So we do kind of give away that throw in, we go into the squad. Now, I do live in England, but I am Cypriot, and I did get a really cool wide midfielder, a Cypriot one, and I got him a couple of days ago. He's just been on my bench gathering XP, because all players in your club, and especially on the bench when you play matches, so for the challenges and stuff that you get XP for, that goes to all of the players in your club. But if you're going to get XP, you have to have them either on the subs bench or game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, do players or enlighten me, do players on the pitch get more XP than subbed players? That's what I probably should find out about. But anyway, as we head into golden goal, we lose the ball there. It's jeopardy. Every single kind of bit of possession counts. You will kind of want to hold on to the ball a little bit longer when you do have it, because you don't want to give it away straight away. And look at this guy jinking and turning on the wing. But again, yeah, it is very broken, that kind of like turning and jinking around. But again, if you can read the movements, if you understand the movements, you can absolutely win the ball off of them fairly easily. Now we are pushing for winner. Again, it's so nerve-wracking when you get into these positions. I thought I was going to get that little cut back goal there. Now this is the change. Okay, we're going to go into edit squad, and we're going to make a change. Can we see the Cypriot here, Georgiou? We're going to bring him on. So we're going to move our fullback that we have been using as a winger, and we're going to bring him on in that wide slot, and it's gonna be a generational change, a tactical masterclass, just an exceptional. I could just see into the future, and I could just see, do you know what, he's gonna pop up. He's got something about him. Here he is on the ball, and it's not going to be this particular moment, but look at this high press. So we've lost the ball, we're going to now try and win the ball a little bit high up the pitch. He's feeling nervous. We do win the ball up the pitch. We then give it away really carelessly, but look, straight in there, well read. We cut it back. There's the Cypriot. There's the golden goal, and it's euphoria to get that win. A bit of nervousness from my opponent meant that I could just press really high up the pitch, win the ball on the edge of the box, and get the win that gets me my first victory. Let me know how you're getting on with goals. If you did like this content, a like and sub is very much appreciated. And let me know if you want to see some more goals content on the channel. Take care.